3 years ago, I was one of the members expelled from the Tennessee House of Representatives for lifting up the voice of the young people who came to the Capitol by the thousands, demanding that we do something is what they were saying. Rather than address the issue of gun violence, my colleagues chose to show the nation and the world that they were a Jim Crow legislature. And a lot of people ask me on this day, what has changed 3 years later? My response is to the people of Tennessee, how has your life changed? As they go after immigrants and trans kids, has your health care become more affordable? Can you afford your groceries? Can you afford your prescriptions? As they target vulnerable communities because of their religion, because maybe they're Muslim or they're refugees, have you seen a better quality of education in your schools? Republican supermajority, with the complicity of some members on our side of the aisle, has wreaked havoc on this state, and this whole session has been theatrics. We walk in here to stack committees where I was told, and some of my colleagues have experienced, that you can't even speak. As one chairman told me, you don't exist. And that's how they see people of color and women in this body. You go to a committee and you are treated as if you are second class. And you have Republicans who are heartless and members of our side of the aisle who are without courage. People ask, what keeps you in here? What gives you hope? Particularly these four colleagues here, Representative Brooks, Representative Salinas, Representative Johnson, Representative Powell. We come as the Progressive Caucus because we know that the only way to fight back against authoritarianism in the state is not to see ourselves as a minority party, which means we're powerless, but to see ourselves as the opposition party. This is the opposition to the horrible bills that we've been seeing targeting our immigrant community. The Stephen Miller agenda. These are the folks who've been standing up week after week, fighting against the privatization of our health care and our education, corporate handouts. These are the people who've been standing up every week saying that we must protect kids and not guns. And so 3 years later, though the environment here has gotten worse, I have more hope because our numbers are growing. And if we do things right this election, our numbers will continue to grow. We need real progressives here, people who are not beholden to white supremacist interests or corporate interests. We need people here who put their purpose above their title. We need people here who are willing to stand up against militarism and not join the Israel Caucus and co-found that as a Democrat. Shameful. We need people here who are not beholden to charter schools, but who will fight for real public education. That's what gives me hope 3 years later. And that if we continue to build this movement, something will change in this state. Heartening thing we can see is how desperate the Republicans are getting. People who are confident in their power don't have to act as desperate, pitiful as they are, where they're going after their own members who dare dissent and say we don't support vouchers. They're going after their own members who say that we don't want pesticide corporations to have immunity. They're going after their own members who say we want to protect rivers in our district. I think the people of Tennessee are seeing mask off what is happening, and I think that they've overplayed their hand. And at the end of the day, to even Republicans who may be watching this is not about left or right. It's about what is right and wrong. Your frustration is real. Your industries are leaving. Your farms are closing. Cost of living is going up while the salaries remain stagnant. But it's not immigrants. It is not trans people who are your enemy. It's these corporations. Republicans are giving handouts to millions of dollars to corporations. At the same time, you're struggling to get your prescription or get your groceries. Your frustration is real, and we want to fight with you, not against you. And I think that people in these rural counties have to know that we're fighting for them and their children too. The enemy is not your neighbor, but it's these multinational corporations and their shills in the legislature who've sold you out to the highest bidder. And it's time for people to rise up and to speak up and to get these folks the hell out of here, because it's time for a reckoning to happen in Tennessee.